haven't started, but the studio is already hot. I'm telling you. And so we're here with a squad this morning. We uprooted one of them, brought in Edem Agbana. Edem Agbana is the member of Parliament for Ketu North. He's here. How are you?
Christmas alone with our
Edem?
Well,
that's the issue
Roland,
we're discussing.
I'm doing well. Good morning to you and to...
I love your white.
our
I think it's
church.
because of Ken Ofori-Atta. You decided because he wore black yesterday.
No, I beg you. I beg you.
I shouldn't drag you into matters of
no,
unusual...
I mean, there are many other role models in the NDC that you can
it's okay.
you can
It's
compare
okay.
me to.
It's
But
okay.
I beg you. I beg you.
It's okay.
I beg you. Because after serving as member of parliament, or after serving in government, I will remain in my country. I will definitely.
One day I want chop finance minister.
But I hope you return.
Good finance minister.
I hope you stay in the country.
I'm saying I want chop finance minister.
Because the last time I checked,
I want chop finance minister.
Roland, let me first wish our viewers.
Dr. Zato, welcome. Sisala East constituents.
Thank you very much.
Especially members of the MPP. I hope
Good morning to Sisala East people. I know that.
Who are the most prominent people in the party you want to say?
No, they woke up this morning and they are so concerned about maize prices and they are so concerned that they don't have market and the price are too low.
Sure?
They are still worried. Am I sure of what?
Actually, they don't have market.
Okay.
Do they have market? They don't have market.
Okay. So
I'm still praying for
when
them.
the prices are high, you are worried. When the prices are low, you are
No,
worried.
the prices must be at, in fact, they can't even get the farm gate price, which is the worrying thing. The government said a relatively nice farm gate price, but they can't get it.
Solomon Owusu, my brother, communication director,
my brother,
chairman of the Common Sense family,
my brother,
the Republic of Ghana.
Oh,
you saw Ken Ofori-Atta yesterday.
He was in black.
He's not a businessman, Solomon. I bring the money. You know, give anybody to
He doesn't seem to want to come to Ghana. But we will force the American embassy to do this.
But yesterday I didn't see you at the protest.
I am going there this morning.
Oh, yesterday you didn't go. To this morning you are going.
But I knew the Americans would be a fan. That's why I didn't go.
So the American embassy right here in Ghana put out a foremost post now saying that for specific visa allocations, they've now opened the floodgates for applications to be made. I don't know whether that goes contrary to the B1, B2 visas that have been announced by way of a hold being put on for at least some 71 countries, including Ghana, etc. And it's also among those other tangents that the minority also put together a press conference and then accusing the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, of not being fit to occupy the office and that he should resign, etc. Quite an interesting conversation to hold this morning. So we're looking at a countdown to the MPP primaries. Dr. Zato is very much interested in it as well. And then we're also going to look at what the messages the utterances have been. Just about a day or two ago, Ken Ofori-Atta, Kenny Japan, said that Dr. Mahmoud Bamia was a liar, etc. But we want to generally look at 10 days. It's exactly 10 days to that. Your election command center, we want to bring you up to speed with the latest. And so we want to discuss that as well. Put together Ken Ofori-Atta in there and then mix it a little bit with Okudzeto Ablakwa, the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs. So we'll take a look at all that. But for those who have joined us on our streams across social media, we're grateful. I see David Pamford. Thank you for joining us. And if I have Benjamin monitoring this morning, please, Prince Anor is an account there. He's posting things about data and all that. Please make sure you block those scam data accounts that we have on our stream. Benjamin Nunu of 3 Digital, Media General Digital. I see George Atibela Obrimpon Kaba. It says, King Solo, we did here for you. And then I see Anthony Atiso as well, watching from Edukrom in the Eastern region. Prince Nania York is in the UK. Liverpool fan Zilis Dwayne is also in the UK as well. He's here. Uncle Charles Thompson is also watching. We're grateful. So please make sure you share the stream. Let's have some great conversations. It's going to be a period, 1 hour, 30 minutes. We're going to enjoy this, but also very educative as well. But Edem Agbana, what do you say about the minorities? I think your friend. You had a spat with him during the political period. Daniel Akpaliok, I see Kwame Lawson as well, and Dennis Nemeson, Wahab Busampra, Don Shamsu, Hassan Afe Nyado. I see you as well. Joshua Yao Ochre. And then also Samuel Demoji, Kweku Boateng, Emmanuel Tetekwashi, etc. And your friend had been taking a dig at the foreign minister. Is that just a minority work or something like that?
Well, we'll
be on that. Let's go to, which one are we doing first? Should we do MPP or which one? Okay, so let's go to the minority and then you come out.
Okay, no problem.
The national interest demand change. The welfare of millions of Ghanaians demand it. Ghana's reputation in the world demand it. Your foreign minister have outlived his usefulness. He values applause over achievement, rhetorics over results, and most damningly, his pattern of reckless diplomacy has made Ghana less safe, less respected, and more vulnerable on the international stage.
All right, sometimes these technical issues do happen as well. And what do you say?
Well,
let's make it short. Let's make it snappy.
Let me first wish you and my brothers on the panel and all our viewers a happy new year. This is my first appearance on the new day in the year, and so it's only proper for me to wish.
Have you spoken to Chairman Prosper this year?
Yes, yesterday I spoke to Chairman Prosper, and let me also wish all the good people of Ketu North a great year, and I pray that the year will be very good to us. Roland, sincerely, I am only going to make a comment on the press conference held by the minority in Parliament yesterday, only because you have tabled it for discussion. Otherwise, I would have said that there are many more serious issues for us to discuss on this important platform. Since 2025 January, the NPP minority and the NPP as a political party has organized many press conferences. And yesterday's own, organized by my very good friend, Nana Asafo-Adjei. In fact, I spoke to Nana Asafo-Adjei this morning, and I can tell you, Roland, that yesterday's press conference was the most useless. The most useless,
what do you mean by useless?
The most reckless conference that they have ever organized. Because it is a press conference that lacks substance. It's a press conference that they use the platform to maliciously go after the foreign minister for nothing. It was the most useless press conference they have ever organized. We can go into the issues, and I have the press conference, the full press statement here with me. Roland, it is okay in politics to try and copy. It is okay to try and model after an exceptional politician. It is okay for the NPP, especially Asafo-Adjei and his colleagues on the Foreign Affairs Committee, to try and copy what the Honorable Ablakwa did when he was ranking. But if you cannot paste, don't copy, because when the Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa was ranking member on Foreign Affairs, we saw the diligence and the seriousness with which he carried his work. So if today we have some low-budget Ablakwas moving around, organizing press conferences on issues that are very important, issues that we can, with a simple click, check the veracity of those issues, then they have to learn well. Roland, I would have applauded the minority if yesterday's press conference was to force their former finance minister to return to this country and give accountability to the good people of Ghana. I would have taken them serious if their press conference was asking for the removal of Ablakwa because maybe he recklessly led the demolition of an embassy like they did to the Bulgarian embassy in 2022. I would have applauded them if their so-called press conference and the call for Ablakwa's removal was linked to the selling of Ghana's properties and embassies abroad. But you organized a whole press conference, invited a media, journalists were there, just to waste our time and ask that Honorable Ablakwa be removed because a country has decided to impose some sanctions on 75 countries. The bare logic, minimum logic is that, are they saying that the other 74 countries that have been listed by Trump or by the United States in the visa sanctions that they are talking about, the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is the foreign affairs minister in all those 75 countries. Is that the logic? Again, when you want to organize a press conference on matters of this nature, it is important to understand the nuances of international relations, international law, and diplomacy. As far back as November 2025, the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, in fact, prior to his becoming president for the first time, everybody who follows international politics understood his philosophy when it comes to the U.S. relationship with other countries. In fact, there was a point he was proposing building the wall, the Great Wall, to prevent immigrants or people
from Mexico exile.
Yes, people he believed were not qualified to live in the United States from entering the United States. And so that is the philosophy of the President of the United States. And he announced that the embassies must ensure that before you enter into the United States of America, you must be financially self-sufficient and some other conditions. So if the country moves to impose some sanctions and restricts the movement of people into their country, you are calling for the head of your foreign affairs minister and describes his diplomacy as reckless diplomacy and banding words around. I mean, the minority in Palace, especially those on the Foreign Affairs Committee, they should go back to between 2017 all the way to 2024. Take all the press conferences and the press statements released by the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. They should study, they should learn. Because if you want to copy and appear serious, then they must do better. Because what Asafo did yesterday is my very good friend. It's the most useless press conference any minority group can ever organize. But what is this? What is the merit of the issues that they have raised? Point to one particular thing in the press conference that is a serious matter that even warrants a discussion on your platform. The most useless press conference, because all the things that he mentions, again, yesterday they entered into a trajectory that I will even be surprised if anybody will want to speak to defend them. Number one, I'll just give you two or three. Number one, they created the impression that because our country, our foreign policy has always been, we are non-aligned. So we are neither with the East nor the West, but we only face forward, as espoused by Dr. Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So because we are non-aligned, it means that the country cannot even make a comment on international.
Yeah, because the site incident.
That is not the meaning of non-alignment. And I would urge them to read all the books written by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Non-alignment simply means that when two countries, say two countries are at each other, they are at war, Ghana as a country will not align with one country against the other. But that does not mean that Ghana cannot speak to issues of international rights violations. That does not mean that Ghana cannot speak to issues of human rights abuse. That does not mean that Ghana cannot ask
the main question
that all the parties...
So in relation to that, they
don't understand.
Yeah, so
they simply do not understand.
That the premise on which they are making the point is that apart from Ghana always having a non-aligned position when it comes to its confrontation on the subject of international relations.
Exactly, yes.
Because of the Cold War and the existing issues that had transpired before the collapse of the Soviet Union. They say that these are key global powers. And so if you make such comments, a small country like Ghana, literally trying to explain or water it down, it also means that you awaken a dead whale or a sleeping lion.
Roland, that position is flawed. Because Ghana is in the Committee of Nations. Anything that affects the global stage, anything that happens globally, has implications on us. And as an independent and as a sovereign state, Ghana is within its right to state its position on matters affecting global affairs. That does not mean that we are aligning. It is alignment only when you choose a particular side and you are saying, but look at all the press conferences or the statements released by Ghana through the Foreign Affairs Minister. We have always spoken only to issues of human rights and ensuring that domestic rights or municipal laws are respected. And so when you go and organize a press conference and you espouse some of these positions, it only tells us that we should thank God again and again for removing these people from power in December 2024. Because if these are the kind of, this is the kind of thinking that will underpin their relationship with other countries, it means that the country is not sovereign after all. And Dr. I am a student of political science. I know Dr. Zato is a lecturer in political science. Is Dr. Zato will he tell us this morning that per the logic of his minority, when he stands before his political science class, international politics class, and he's giving reasons why Trump imposed visa sanctions on countries, he will call Honorable Ablakwa's utterances or press statements as the cause. The most reckless, the most useless press conference ever is what Asafo-Adjei and the minority did yesterday. And I will tell them again, if you want to copy well. You cannot be low budget Ablakwa and be going around. Ablakwa, let me tell you, I have had the opportunity to work with Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa for more than 4 years as his research assistant. Sometimes, as late as 12 midnight, 1 a.m., the gentleman will be reading, researching, and so before he comes out. And that is why till today, when he was ranking member, every issue, every expose, every statement for Honorable Ablakwa till today, they cannot even refute a single one because of the diligence and the seriousness that went into those press conferences. So if you want to copy him, come, we will teach you the model, we will give you the formula. Be ready to be diligent. Subject yourself to rigorous learning, rigorous research, meticulousness. You cannot be low budget Ablakwa and be going around organizing useless press conferences like they did yesterday. This year, we have all agreed to be serious. The MPP in Parliament, especially that Foreign Affairs Committee,
why you tag their press conference as useless?
It is useless and unserious. Very, very useless.
Your own colleague and friend.
I am telling him, he's my friend. I told him, even this morning I spoke to, if I had a press statement, I called him to send it to me for me to read through. And I am telling, I know he's watching the show.
Press conference.
I have it here, the press statement. Right. And I am telling him that yesterday is the most useless press conference that they have ever organized.
And concerns have been raised, even from the former president going to Washington, raising issues about Burkina Faso and so-called its harboring of Wagner forces, etc. We're also told that was undiplomatic. Subsequently, we have this criticism coming from this minority. What do you say? Political science lecturer.
Thank you. We've had ministers of foreign affairs in this country that every Ghanaian can be proud of. We've had ministers of foreign affairs in this country. Every Ghanaian can beat your chest and say, yes, I'm proud to have Victor Behu as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Victor Obed Asamoah as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Mohamed Mumuni as my minister of foreign affairs. I'm proud to have Nana Addo Akufo-Addo as my minister of foreign affairs. And I am proud to have Shirley Ayoko Boche as my minister of foreign affairs. And then today, what we have got is, to quote my friend here, a low-budget Ablakwa. Not even the normal Ablakwa.
The man himself is low budget.
What Ghana has is that our chief diplomat is not only the Ablakwa that was in Parliament, but a low-budget Ablakwa. How did we descend? How did we degenerate here to now be led by our chief diplomat being a low-budget Ablakwa, not even the only Ablakwa?
What do you mean by he himself?
I didn't say low-budget Ablakwa. He said, you didn't ask him to explain it, so you cannot tell me. He said we have a low-budget Ablakwa.
I'll ask you the question.
Why do you realize that in Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana?
Why do you say he's a low budget of himself?
Our Minister of Foreign Affairs is a low-budget version of himself. That's a shame. That's a disgrace.
Okay. So why? What are your points?
When we sit down and we see how we have degenerated and our diplomacy has suffered over the years, I now realize why. Because he was the research assistant to the man, and he's now telling us that even the version we have It's a low budget version of that man. And that is a shame. Look,
I said
so many things have happened.
It's a low version of
You see.
But you need to correct him.
Please, respect yourself. Don't do that.
Don't say that.
I've said
I'm correcting you because
of them. I've said respect yourself.
You can give the viewers.
Adam, respect yourself. Respect yourself. You said we have a low budget. You said
low budget Ablakwa.
Adam,
but you are saying I said Ablakwa is a low version.
Adam, you said we have a low budget Ablakwa as Minister of Foreign Affairs. You said
no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. No.
That's what you said.
That's correct him before you move on. No. Roland must correct that before you move on.
I am. No. About to talk. I don't understand. I didn't do that to you.
Roland, be fair.
I respected you even though you didn't deserve it.
Roland,
I respected you even though you didn't deserve it. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing.
You don't deserve it.
Look at what you're doing.
No, you need to quote me. No. I will not let you misquote me. That will not happen.
That's fine.
Yes, I never said that.
Adam, that's fine.
Yes, so correct him before he moves on. I insist on that.
So what he did say was that
yes,
the position that was taken and the action that was undertaken by the ranking, is it ranking on the Foreign Affairs Committee?
Your ranking, yes,
was a version of what Okudzeto Ablakwa did while in opposition, and that they are a low version of what he exhibited. I mean, just to explain what he said.
Exactly. So
I'm happy that today.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say.
Because maybe somebody joined the show late.
I am happy that today.
So you need to correct yourself. No, it's important, Roland. Somebody may have joined the show late.
I understand.
And
I understand.
Could live with the impression
that. Let me moderate the show, please.
Because no, you can't say what I didn't say.
Please. Okay. So
no, but he should be able to say that he got it wrong.
He didn't describe.
I didn't say that.
But the foreign minister.
To be fair to me, you need to state before you move on. I insist.
Please more. And I'm asking
you the question. You have to be serious.
And I'm asking you the question.
You have to be serious this year.
So he never said that.
I didn't say that. So don't say what I didn't say.
Now, two. Why do you posit those points?
Today, we are being led by a low-budget Ablakwa as the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And you can show one of the first things that this minister did, these are not my words. I heard the low-budget Ablakwa was introduced into this debate by Adam. You are the member of parliament for K2 South or North.
Yes.
And you told us that you were the personal assistant to the Prime Minister.
A proud
and you
one
told us that we have a low-budget Ablakwa. It's low budget Ablakwa day we have today.
No. You see,
now,
Roland,
one of the first things this low budget Ablakwa did when he came was to pick up a fight with the chairman of the Senate, Armed Forces chairman in the United States Senate.
Dr. Zato must be serious on this platform.
Are one of the most powerful.
He must be serious because you can't attribute what I didn't say to me. Why are you finding it difficult? You can play back. It's as simple as that. Viewers are watching. You are a lecturer. You need to respect the viewers. You are supposed to be a lecturer. You're supposed to respect the viewers. You cannot attribute to me what I did not say. So make your point. I said, and I will say it again, that your ranking as Ofori-Atta, my very good friend, is becoming a low version, a low budget Ablakwa. You cannot say I said Ablakwa is a low version of himself. Others are sending me tests that he is the Ablakwa from Temu. So I beg you, don't misquote me. Whatever I said, repeat it, and I'm a man of my words. So you cannot, if you cannot find points to defend your unserious, reckless press conference that you organized yesterday, don't find words, misquote me and trying to build a point on that. So build your own point.
Dr. Zato.
Roland, you see what? You see what?
You must be serious.
I want you to understand.
But you are misquoting me.
Why did you say that? You are sitting down here and you are allowing Adam to run amok here. You are sitting down here and allowing Adam to do what he's doing. You are allowing Adam to run amok here.
No.
I am not saying that I'm a lecturer.
Mic off. Put Dr. Zato's mic off. Please, let me be very categorical
here. 2026. Let's be serious.
Adam didn't say that the foreign minister, the Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, is a low budget of himself. He described Nana Ofori-Atta, the ranking on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, right? Who was the one who led that press conference as an action undertaking that is a version which is low, a low version of the foreign minister when he was in opposition. That's what he said. And I'm asking Dr. Zato, you, that why do you say that you support the position of the minorities? It's a very simple question.
I'm saying today and right here, and no matter what it is, that I support your version that we have a low budget Ablakwa as our Minister of Foreign Affairs.
He never said
and
that.
Adam,
He
I
never
am not
said
the
that.
one saying that I'm a lecturer. I'm
He never
actually
said
not a
that.
lecturer. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Political Science.
understand.
But in
No,
my
no,
position,
Adam,
I got a
Adam,
medal.
Adam.
Yes, in a position that you are not, and you can never be. I don't know. You can never be. So look at it. There are people. There are people here that say so. Yes, maybe if you want also go and be a lecturer and also talk about it. If you feel insecure about me being a lecturer, that's your problem. If you feel insecure that you do, if you don't have what it takes, if you don't have what it
Let's
takes
take a break.
to get a PhD and become a lecturer, that's your problem. You cannot come and sit here. I am not.
You're not sure what's causing the panic, but if you're
So, Dr. Zato, your assigned reasons are what?
Thank you very much. So
You were on a subject of the Senate and a senator
no, I'm on the
and a
version of
response
the low budget Ablakwa
and a
that we are
response
doing.
by
And we've seen things to justify the low budget Ablakwa we've been presenting today. One of the first things this low budget Ablakwa did when he came to power was to pick a fight with one of the most powerful senators in the United States, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. It was a banter about them. Everybody knows that, considering the power of such a person, nobody is going to pick a fight with such a man and go free. In fact, if you look at the last chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committees, they were so powerful that some of them even went to jail because of how they abused and used their power. So it takes an amateurish stand for you to be a foreign minister, and the first person you are picking a fight of a tweeter is such a powerful man. That is how the low budget
But he's the foreign minister of Ghana.
Yes.
What's your expectation?
You are dealing with a superpower. And then you then realize that if you are dealing with a superpower, a man whose power, whose abilities directly affects your citizens, then you don't do that. And that's what you see. It takes an amateur to do that too. Foreign relations is all about...
Dr. Zato,
if
if somebody if somebody is on a committee of, let's say, quote unquote, the Parliament of the United States of America, how does his position equate to a foreign minister of the Republic of Ghana, a sovereign country?
If that somebody is the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations of the United States Senate,
and political science class,
it's about power.
You equate a foreign minister's powers to a member of parliament's powers. Is that it?
I'm telling you that when the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee of the United States Senate is that powerful, you do not go picking up a fight, especially on Twitter, with him. Because he has the ability and the power to make laws, to make rules, to influence policies that would directly and negatively affect your country. 1. 2, he also has power and authority on that relationship to do what is called to award carrots and sticks. Foreign relationships about power, it's not just about carrots and sticks. If you do your diplomacy well, that is why sometimes you're able to get carrots. If you don't do your diplomacy well, you're able to get sticks. And if this committee and this man is that powerful to you, the first thing you do is try to get him on your side, not try to pick useless fights over him on Twitter. That is it. Come to this deal. We were told that our Minister of Foreign Relations or our government of Ghana had an...
I asked you a question you didn't answer. I'm saying that within, because you teach the subject as well, political science. So I assume that you even have a better perspective. You even lived in Canada before. And I'm saying, irrespective of how a global superpower the United States of America is, as well as other allied powers we have within the remit of geopolitics of the world, would you equate Ghana's foreign ministerial position the same as a person who chairs the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee?
When you say equate, what do you mean by equate?
Are the two positions the same? A foreign minister?
No, one is a foreign minister. That one is a chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations.
Okay, so why are you now making the utterance or the premise that his powers are better and more powerful?
I didn't say that.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that the man sits on the committee.
What do you mean by he's powerful?
Because the man sits on the committee that has huge power, global power that affects
our foreign
nations.
affairs minister is the foreign affairs minister.
We are not a superpower, Roland. You know that, don't you? So, we are not a superpower. So the power that you have in Ghana's parliament is that.
But what was the subject matter that the foreign affairs minister responded to, for which it will become a global war?
He was fighting for the interests of America. He says American companies were not being paid. That was what he was doing.
And what
your foreign minister did was to pick a fight with him, was to pick a fight on Twitter with him.
But we are sovereign state, aren't we?
Of course. They are also a sovereign state.
Since the period of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah,
they are also a sovereign state. And you now then realize that the power they have, both, and the clout they have, is 10 times, 20 times more than your power. And so when you are dealing with such a country, that's what I'm telling you.
So the foreign affairs minister's response, how does it flood the Charter of the United Nations, for which we're a key member?
We are not talking about Charter of the United States.
No, I understand. Of the United Nations, that's what I mean.
What about it? What about the Charter? You are bringing it on related things. You are convoluting things.
No, I'm not convoluting.
Relax. You are. No. Don't tell me I'm relaxed. And I realize what you are doing, Roland.
Please relax.
When Edgar was talking here, you allowed him to run amok, whatever you are. All of a sudden, you are doing a Q&A with me. Go ahead. Well, let's do it.
Okay. So you say the Senate committee and the chair for that committee,
foreign relations or foreign affairs.
So you are saying that the foreign affairs minister of the Republic of Ghana responded to him. He did that on social media or his Twitter account. As a result of that, the man is so powerful. And I'm asking you a key question: are you equating Ghana's foreign ministerial affairs powers to the same as a Senate committee chair's powers?
I said no.
Okay. So why is it that the foreign affairs minister of Ghana, the Republic of Ghana, responds to a Senate committee chair, and that is less and then less powerful or not important compared to what the Senate committee chair holds as a position?
I've not said it's not less important. I am saying that the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee chairman has power to influence global public policy and diplomacy.
How does he have that power? He's not a Secretary of State.
He's not the Secretary
What's
of State.
What's the equivalent position of the Foreign Affairs Minister's powers?
The Secretary of State. The Secretary of State.
Okay.
But you then also realize
that...
So
shouldn't the Minister of Foreign Affairs be responding rather, and you holding that position, if that response was to the Secretary of State?
So why was he responding to the chairman of the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee?
But what's wrong with that? Because
I'm telling you that man helps shape U.S. foreign policy. And that when you shape that foreign, and because of the power they have the ability to award carrots and sticks. And that right now, as a country, we are the receiving end of the sticks. And I'm about to tell you that. First of all, we're told that the U.S. forced us. We said that we went to the deal to help us get citizens of ECOWAS or citizens of Ghana to our country. Read the accounts of those citizens. Read the human rights abuses. Read what has happened to them. It's published. This is Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we have basically turned our back on fellow West Africans. We've allowed our country to be used as the dumping grounds of them. We've come here and their fundamental human rights have been abused and maltreated, and some of them have been dumped in their countries. I read the account of a woman that has been dumped in Liberia, and she's afraid of political persecution. She's afraid of what will happen to her. We allowed that. We willingly allowed our country to be used, and now we've been dumped. We have been told by this same forum, low-budget Ablakwa, that it was through diplomacy that when we were removed from Agua, that we were able to come back. If you think you have the power to get us on Agua, why weren't we able to lobby to get out of this visa ban? How come that we were not able to now go and make our way to get out of this visa ban?
Are we the only countries that
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter? It doesn't matter. There are countries that are not on it. How is it that those countries are not on it?
But Nigeria has been included.
I don't care. I'm not Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian. I'm talking about Ghana. I'm saying that there are some countries in Africa that were not included in it. How did those countries, how did their foreign ministers and their ministers of foreign affairs lobby to get them out of it? And how come we are on it? So now that is how you show how efficient and effective you are, to be able to lobby, to be able to bargain, and to be able to make sure that your country doesn't get the tail end of the what? Of the stick. We have not been able to do that. And that's what I'm saying, that it's an amateur award, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, because ever since we have been come here, we have never been able. Today, Ghanaians are asking, members of parliament are asking, if you went in to make a deal with the United States, where is that deal? Is it possible that the MOU you signed with them, then you agreed and you signed off our rights to say that we should be included in this list? Was that what you negotiated? Because if the Parliament of Ghana does not have the right to see what we have negotiated, so is it possible that you, in your attempt to get the Agua, you negotiated this away? How come all of a sudden, even with the certain Supreme Court rulings and other things, that you have an MOU, you have understanding with the foreign government, you never bring us to see, we don't see what's happening. So today we have the right to ask, what was negotiated? What rights were negotiated away? What rights were signed away? And how come we are receiving this sick end of these diplomatic relationships? And that's what I'm saying. So for instance, we always have to find out that what is happening, what is doing is because of this. We have never seen our country, Trump came first, we saw him being humiliated and being treated this way. Today we are seeing that, and I am saying that it's important for us to begin to ask some important and critical questions of that ministry, of the minister there, because we have seen better and finer foreign ministers. They have fought for this country. We've seen it in both parties, and that's what we are seeing today. And if you are seeing this happening to us, then we need to raise important questions. And now I am not surprised that we have been told that we are doing this because we have a low budget Ablakwa.
What do you make about all these? The discussion so far, the observations and the position of the minority?
First of all, if I ever become president, I will never send Zato outside this country.
The Zato hasn't mentioned your name today.
Because, exactly so, because what the impression that he has created to me this morning is that should he meet the Senate, the Foreign Relations Committee chair in the U.S., he will kowtow all the principles, all the interests of this country to that person, or see the principles and the power and authority vested in him to represent Ghana in a very good state to that person, because that person, his mind is so powerful. This cannot be the thinking of Zato and the New Patriotic Party. I am saddened this morning that a sovereign country like Ghana, we will not see ourselves as powerful. What makes a country power? Is it because they have bombs that they can throw at any given time?
So they're the United States of America.
United what? They ran away from Afghanistan.
One of the world's superpowers.
They ran away from Vietnam.
One of the world's superpowers.
They got defeated in Iraq. They have messed themselves across the globe.
But they are still powerful.
In your room, how many of the items here are produced from the United States of America? What makes them powerful? What makes them powerful? You understand? Look, Ghana's foreign policy is captured in our constitution, Article 40. If you have your constitution, read and let's go through what the foreign minister is supposed to do. And let's juxtapose it with what Asafwaje and his people did yesterday. And by the way, it was a total waste of everybody's time. They have reduced opposition. I mean, no wonder the United Party is in place. If we're going to allow this bunch of people to be doing the opposition bidding, we will never get to any place. You are at what?
Okay,
Article
so
40?
I'm trying to think why you want to attribute this.
No, but we are talking...
So Article 40.
Absolutely.
Article 40. In dealing with other nations, the government will promote and protect the interests of Ghana.
Yes.
Seek the establishment of the just and equitable international economic and social order.
Yes.
Promote respect for international law, treaty obligations, etc., and continues.
Yes.
And thus adhere to the principles enshrined in, or, as the case may be, the aims and ideals of the Charter of the United Nations.
Absolutely.
The Charter of the OAU.
Yes.
The Charter and Treaty of the Economic Community of West African States, another international organization of Ghana, of which is a member.
This is our foreign policy. Can the MPP, particularly as a Asafoye, because yesterday I saw only him and I think one person by him, which means that they smuggled themselves to go and organize this press conference. Tell me, which of these principles has Okujeto, Ablakwa, as it were, obfuscated? Our position on Iran fits into the into Article 40. Our position to do with Israel-Palestine fits here. Our position to deal with what's the name? Israel, when they manhandled 7 Ghanaians at the Ben Gurion airport, fits into this. Maduro's position. I mean, I have heard some people call themselves diplomatic experts. Nobody is an expert in anything.
What do you mean?
When we have all signed on to the UN Charter and international law that says that you cannot just enter a sovereign country and abduct this president, and this happens because of visa, a common visa. Adults would be at gray hair. They are saying that why would our foreign minister and by this government cause such a statement to be written that they abhor what Trump and his people have done to Maduro?
According to your argument, it's undiplomatic.
What is undiplomatic about it? In fact, ever since Okujeto have loved whatever he has done. That is the position of Ghana. Ghana must always be heard. And our position must always stand. Israel-Palestinian situation, we believe in two-state solution. It has been there since. We believe in Pan-Africanism. Now, Ghana is a sovereign country. Are they saying if today Ghana decides to sack everyone who is not behaving properly in this country, the countries that they are from must be able to persuade us, must force us to rescind our decision? What we are discussing is about immigration, processing of immigration visas. Is that not the case? You must rather be happy if you're a true Ghanaian, a true political party that wishes this country well, that another country magnanimously has said that from today to go, or from the 21st of January 2026, they are no more going to accept Ghanaians to permanently live in the United States. Is it not going to prevent brain drain? We have been complaining that our doctors, our teachers, our nurses are running away from this country. God being so good, they have said that we are no more going to accept them to permanently live there, and that they must live in this country. You as an opposition, a reckless opposition party for that matter, is saying that no, we must go and find the United States to open the floodgates so that all the professionals in this country can go and live there. Is that a sensible position to adopt? That is why I agree with Adam when he says that the guy doesn't seem to know what he's about. But let me tell you the main reason for why Asafoye did what he did. Last year, and this is the true reason why he conducted that press conference. Around September 22nd, you know, Ghana was supposed to take part in the United Nations General Assembly, the 80th one. Now, they say it's convention. As part of convention, if the ranking is not there, the deputy ranking member is sent to the United Nations as part of government delegation. As a matter of fact, Asafoye was procured a ticket to go to the United States to take part in the United Nations General Assembly meeting. As a young man, I mean, you'll be happy that maybe for the first time you're going to take part in the United Nations General Assembly meeting. At the airport, it was at the airport that he was told that his visa has been, his ticket has been withdrawn, and that the Foreign Affairs Ministry was cutting down its budget. So they were only going with the chairman of the committee and the clerk.
Oh, so why are you?
No, this is in
why
fact.
are you reducing this to?
No. I'm telling you that me, I always come with a fact. I will not lie. To further establish how unhappy he was with the matter, he actually petitioned the Speaker of Parliament.
Yeah, but this is public knowledge.
Yes, so.
But I'm saying that why are you attributing
either
this?
that if it is not about him being refused the opportunity to go or attend the United Nations General Assembly, why would such a bogus press conference be held? He says that we should withdraw the ambassador of Ghana to the United States. For what crime? That he is providing information to the people of this country. That Ambassador Victor Smith is only briefing us as to what is happening to Ken Ofori-Atta in terms of his detention and the gestures that the government is making to assure his welfare. Ken Ofori-Atta's welfare. Somebody that belongs to their own political party, if the state is making efforts to protect him, as of again, and I don't know the other person who was sitting by him, and like I said, they smuggled. 3 people, they organized some pressmen, and they organized a press conference. That they don't understand why they must go to the aid of one of their own. One of their
deputy ranking.
Deputy what? I mean, the people are not many. 87 definitely will be deputy. It's only 87 members in parliament. So if you are looking for deputy ranking, who else would you give? Would you go and give to the woman who was saying that the very day the budget was read, COVID levy must be removed? The numbers are not up there, so you have to make do with a limited number that you have. But there is nothing in that press conference that deserves anybody's attention, and that the United States is a sovereign country. They are doing this to protect the interests of the Americans. In the same way, Ghana must be doing things to protect the interests of Ghanaians. That is why I asked you to go back and read our foreign policy as captured in Article 40. And again, the mindset of these people tells me why Nana Akufo-Addo went and gossiped about the Burkina, because for them they see the United States as a so powerful country that we are subservient to them. We play a second fiddle to them, and that when we are on any table, we must be telling them, gossiping about other countries. That's what Zato and then Asafoye sought to do, and I believe that it's not a good position that Ghana must take. The foreign minister up to this stage has done things that are supposed to be done by him.
Global superpower?
Who is that global superpower?
The United States of America.
Who is that global superpower? Go to the America and see whether they are global superpower. One day, the bomb that they are doing, we will also be doing some here. America is not heaven. For those of you who are equating visa, because of visa that you get, anything, Ghana must change its stance, soften its stance. You people are not helping this country.
Well, they impose sanctions on countries around
They can impose sanctions on everything. They will not impose sanctions on my fufu in Ghana here. In my country, I am a king here. So you can take your United States of America, that is your own cup of tea, but we must not, as a country, be shortchanging ourselves because we will go to America, because we go and visit them, because somebody
says... You visit the US, don't you?
Look, if I go there, they say they will not let me go, I will sit in my country. This is the land of my birth. This is the land of my birth.
But in the meantime, Ken Ofori-Atta is there, and yesterday he appeared before the court. Of course, it was a virtual hearing, and it's been adjourned. Your own observation so far?
Yes, again, to tie it in with the earlier discussion, Roland, it is clear listening to Dr. Zato that what the NPP expects of us as a government and as the good people of Ghana is to go around with a low self-esteem and inferiority complex.
If there's anybody with low self-esteem this morning, it's you, Edem.
I am speaking to the issues.
I'm speaking to the issues. You are the one with low self-esteem.
I'm speaking to an issue.
I didn't spend your school fees.
No.
I didn't prevent anyone from appointing you as a lecturer.
That's fine.
All I have said,
you cannot become a lecturer,
allow me to speak to them. Why are you afraid of the
You were saying that. I am not the one who prevented you from becoming a lecturer. I didn't chop your school fees.
That's fine. I will make my school.
We are going to do this together. You did it to me, I'm doing it to you.
That's fine.
We are going to corrupt each other together. I'm telling you. No, you did it to me. I didn't chop your school fees. I didn't prevent you from becoming a lecturer.
You say whatever you want to say. Roland.
And I am not one of those fake PhDs passing his party.
Dr. Zato,
It's real. Genuine. International acclaim.
the Honorable Element. Please, the two of you. No. Solo.
He knows them.
Dr. Zato and Adam
You were sitting here when you were
Okay, no problem. Please, the two of you. Can we have a decorous conversation?
I didn't claim to be a lecturer. I am a lecturer of international repute. And I have got the PhD that international recognition. You don't sit down here and say I claim to be.
Are you done?
Did I chop your school fees?
Are you done?
Did I chop your school fees?
Are you done?
Did I chop your school fees? Did I chop your school fees? Did I prevent you from becoming a lecturer? If you don't have the academic credentials to be a lecturer, lecturer. Don't come and blame it on me. Don't put your insecurity on me.
No, Dr. Zato.
I didn't chop your school fees.
Okay, we can make progress. Let's make
He
progress.
said that to me and you didn't say anything.
Okay, so
He said I don't
Roland,
claim.
can I move on?
You don't
I am a lecturer. I have my PhD from an international recognized university.
Roland,
and
can I
I
move
went
on?
abroad and here. I don't claim to be a lecturer.
That's fine.
Roland,
If
can I
you
move
don't
on?
have it, don't come and say, I didn't chop your school
Roland.
fees.
Dr. Ajabun,
I don't prevent you from becoming a lecturer.
You've made your point.
Can I move on?
Yes, please.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we all move on.
So Roland,
You did it to me, I'm doing it to you too, so that everybody will know.
Roland,
See the fairness
so it
here.
is important to state that
You people are
as a sovereign state,
You are doing the better clear, yes.
as an
If you don't have
independent,
the gravitas to be a lecturer,
sovereign
that's not my
state.
problem.
But Roland,
I don't
Roland,
prevent you from
Roland,
going to-
my
Please
only response.
Please allow me to
Roland,
make a comment.
My
My
only
precious ring has even fallen. Please give
my
it to
only
me.
response, my only response to this whole issue about
No, please, don't.
I got international PhD
You
or whatever.
brought it.
Is that
No, it's
well, let me
okay.
respond.
Yeah,
You said let me
nobody
respond.
has to talk about
Okay,
my
Roland.
You reference
Roland.
it. And you don't know
Roland.
that are insecure
Roland,
and jealous of
Roland,
you.
Roland,
You're a PhD
Roland,
holder, so
on
that's-
any day,
Exactly, I am.
Roland, on any day,
From
Roland,
a reputable
Roland, listen to me,
international investor.
And not one of
Roland,
the
on
fake ones
any
he
day,
has in
Roland,
his
on any
parliament.
day,
You're not with them, Magbana, please.
Not one of
Roland,
the fake ones.
Roland, on any day, Edem Magbana, I will respect an SHS dropout with more intelligence than a PhD graduate who is espousing
That's your
low
problem.
intelligence on
That's
this
your
show.
problem.
That
That's
is
your
not my problem.
problem.
No.
That's your problem.
On any day, it's
That's your
intelligence.
problem. That's your
Please
problem.
no.
Which you don't have. Which you don't have.
Withdraw
You are
what?
sitting there.
Withdraw, yes, I don't have a PhD yet.
I don't need a validation from you.
You are fighting to go to parliament. I'm also in parliament.
You want to validate yourself.
No,
You
withdraw
want
what?
to validate
Roland, what do you
yourself.
want
I
me to
don't need
withdraw?
validation from
I
you.
am speaking.
The people
I am
are
telling
supposed to
that.
validate
My point is
me.
that. My point is
You
that.
cannot.
You're going to
You
respect
are the people.
On any
You are the
day,
people
on any
that
day,
have
on
fake
any
PhDs in your party,
day,
not
on
me.
any day, I
You
will
are the insecure one.
I
You
will
are sitting here
revere,
just
I will
insecurity.
revere.
You are the one
Solomon,
sitting here talking about qualifications.
Solomon, do you have a PhD?
Anybody's qualifications.
No, but your intelligence that you espouse on this.
I've
So
never
keep
talked about
quiet and let me
anybody's
talk.
qualifications.
Adam.
So it's keep quiet and let me talk.
Have I ever talked about
Which one is below the belt?
That was
Why you
below
talking
the
about
Which one is below the belt?
That was below.
Why you talking
Which one is
about
below the
The
belt?
comment about you
No, he's saying it.
So now you should allow me to
He's
talk
not secure in himself. And he's
because no,
It's okay,
you see,
it's okay.
so can
I
I
didn't
move
chop
on?
your school fees. I didn't chop your school
At this
fees.
point, at this point,
So Roland,
Gentlemen.
so the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honourable Samuel Okujeto
From the
Ablakwa,
inception, the way we have behaved hasn't been all of us included.
It's the way he has behaved. I said that when he was
don't bring your
talking. You were here.
So let's have some.
When he was talking,
let's have some.
I asked him to finish.
Roland,
Yes.
The moment I started, he didn't allow me to do that. Why?
the Honourable
When he
Minister of
started,
Foreign
because
Affairs,
You make an emphatic. You
It
make
doesn't
an
matter.
emphatic.
I'm making to you. Let me finish. Just let me finish. When he was talking, I didn't
the
finish.
Honourable Minister
right.
I
of
didn't
Foreign
interrupt
This
Affairs.
is allow him to flow and then you can.
So the Honourable Minister
I
of Foreign
understand you want to
Affairs,
be fire for fire.
the Honourable
And in
Minister
that-
I
of
want
Foreign
fairness. I want
Affairs,
fairness. You don't do that to me.
Okay, that's fine.
the
We
Honourable
respect
I allowed
each
you
other.
and you spewed all the
Roland,
things you said
the
about.
Honourable
Okay.
Minister for Foreign Affairs,
Yes.
the Honourable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, some of us call him Son of Man, has distinguished himself as an excellent diplomat, an excellent legislator, and somebody who can confidently lead the position of Ghana in the international market, or let me say, the global affairs. And since his appointment, the gentleman has undertaken transformative policies. And again, anywhere and anytime he represents Ghana, he brings dignity, respect to the position that he occupies. And his integrity, which is impeccable, is one of the things that makes Ghana very competitive out there. Today, Ghana is better positioned in global affairs than it used to be when the NDC took office in January 2025. And I can say with confidence that the Honourable Okujeto Ablakwa has performed so well that I am confident that President Mahama and any discerning Ghanaian will side with us that he is one of the best, if not the best we have had since independence as a foreign affairs minister. And so again, when you go into the press conference that they organized yesterday, Solomon has given you the constitutional provisions to support
Please conclude
it.
for me. I asked you a question on Ken Ofori-Atta.
I will talk about Ken Ofori-Atta. So Solomon has given you even constitutional. Like I said, I wouldn't even have thought that press conference merits a discussion on a serious platform like yours. But since you brought it up, we are discussing.
They are the minority. So if we take the
fact that they are minority, okay, no problem.
If we take the editorial decision,
you mentioned about Ken Ofori-Atta, and one of the reasons they are asking for the distinguished diplomat, His Excellency Ambassador Victor Smith, to be withdrawn is that he is giving an update. How shameful that your finance minister, somebody who was in charge of our public purse, after leaving office, is running away from accountability. And if you are a serious political party that respects the people of Ghana, you should be calling for him to come back and account to the good people of Ghana, not getting angry with the person giving an update about his status and the fact that he is in detention. So a political party, per what they said yesterday at their press conference, it means that the NPP is supporting Ken Ofori-Atta's decision to run away from accountability.
But that's all they are saying.
If you are angry with... So, Roland...
What is wrong with the minority supporting Ken Ofori-Atta? After all, he was...
Roland, I never said that there's anything wrong with them supporting Ken. I mean, he's one of them. Yeah. But there is everything wrong in supporting him to run away from accountability.
Yes.
There is nothing wrong in supporting Ken Ofori-Atta as a member of your party. But there is everything wrong in supporting him to run away from accountability. How shameful and embarrassing it is that you served as foreign affairs, as finance minister for the Republic of Ghana, come back and give account. When the minority when the then MPP at the time, they were in majority, about 88 members of parliament came together to demand the dismissal or the resignation of Ken Ofori-Atta. He told us that asking for him to resign is akin to asking a father to run away from his children. Oh, Ken Ofori-Atta, the good people of Ghana are still your children. Why are you running away from your children? That you don't want to come back and give account?
What do you mean by he's running away from
No, but if he's not running away, for how long will he continue to stay there, to the extent that even when his visa was revoked, the gentleman still insists that he wants to stay in the United States? Did they not tell us? Is it not the same MPP in parliament that told us the reason why Ken could not come back was that he was bedridden and was supposed to undergo surgery? What videos and pictures did we see yesterday? Why, was it picked from a hospital bed?
No.
So these people, when they parade themselves, claiming to be speaking for the good people of Ghana, the Ghanaian people are discerning enough to see them and how embarrassing their positions on national matters are. If the NPP indeed is a party that supports accountability, we know they don't, they should be able to ask Ken Ofori-Atta to return and give account for his stewardship. Roland, the NDC government will not be distracted. We have shaped the economy of this country. Today, on my way here this morning, I was listening to a sister station. Go to the market. Cement dealers, customers are happy with the government that prices of cement has reduced drastically. Yesterday, I bought rice. Prices have come down. The exchange rate is stable. The economy is on a path of progress. Roads are being constructed. In fact, go to every constituency, every region in this country, you will see traces. Big push projects are ongoing. You will see that across, there is some relief on the good people of Ghana because of good governance. We will not allow those who run this country into junk status, those who destroy this country, with the thinking that because somebody is secretary to a committee of Senate in the United States, he's so powerful, has huge power. That is so huge power. It's so powerful that why is Ablakwa even replying to him on Twitter and all of that? That low self-esteem and inferiority complex cannot be the thinking that will lead this country into the path of progress. Roland, 2026, we have to be serious as a country. If Asafo-Adjei and his group want to be taken serious, they should take on matters that demand seriousness. But what they have done, like I said, the best we can do with their press statement is to hand it over to Kofi Brookman-Sellers today. Read through the entire statement. It is nothing but a reckless, useless press statement. I told you that even this morning I spoke to Asafo-Adjei, but that will not hinder me from calling his press conference the most useless press conference in history. They should go and file so that they will list it on the Guinness Book of Records.
So far, we're told that it's been adjourned.
Thank you. I have gone on a lot of media. I've been here for almost a year now. I've never referenced anybody's academic qualifications. I've never referenced anybody's professional work. I don't care. You come here on your merit, I come here on merit. Because I realize that only insecure, inferior minds question other people's qualifications. I've not chopped anybody's school fees, and I've not prevented you from becoming a lecturer or becoming a PhD holder. So if you feel insecure and jealous about that, deal with your parents, deal with who's about not me.
Jealous of you.
See, you see what is happening now?
Yeah,
when he was talking, you see again, you see.
Speak like a lecturer.
You see. So now I want the whole world to see you. I want you to see. You see, I'm jealous of you. You see. Jealous of you. Jealous of you, Dr. Zato. I only asked you to speak like a lecturer because Political Science Department of University of Ghana is a very serious department. So you cannot claim
department.
So you cannot claim to be a lecturer there and be behaving the way you and be scared. So I only ask you to be like that.
Please allow him to talk.
If he refers to me again, I will refer to him again. He has to get serious.
Please go ahead.
I only ask you. I'm jealous of you.
Dr. Zato,
Please
go ahead.
okay.
Adam, that's fine.
He should behave like one.
I don't have any false claim on your claim. My claims, my academic credentials and bona fides are on. They are there. They are verified. I didn't chop anybody's school fees. I didn't prevent anybody becoming a lecturer. If you are feeling insecure and jealous, that's your problem, not my problem. If you want, if it's easy, also go and get one. If it's easy, also go and get one. If you don't get it, not my problem, and I'm not here to help you feel your self-esteem. No. Ghana used to be a country where people feel safe to come. Almost all the independent fighters in Africa came to Ghana because they found solace. To find peace.
Mandela,
Kwame Nkrumah gave them peace.
Robert Mugabe.
You can talk about the Mugabes, the Kenyan guys, all of them. Today, there's a story here from
why are you raising this?
It's part of what we just talked about before.
The Ofori-Atta issue.
I'm bringing what we talk about to this. There's a story here from Reuters media, okay? And it is written, I want to quote the date exactly. It is here written on January 16th. Is quoting a young lady from Liberia. Her name is, what's the name? Rabiatu Kuyate. Rabiatu talks about how she's showing a picture of her blooded eye. You can see it. Who?
Rabiatu.
The woman Rabiatu. Of how she was tortured and beaten here.
Reuters.
Yes, her eyes got swollen by Ghanaian state agents.
By
Ghanaian state agents.
Have you verified that?
No.
But I'm quoting a source, a reputable source, news source. Reuters is a reputable international news source. In fact, there's another one too in The Guardian. You can see it. I've given it to you.
So what about this?
This is how we have reduced. This is how the low-budget Ablakwa Minister of Foreign has reduced our country. Instead of our country becoming a safe haven for Africans to come and seek peace, instead of our country becoming a nicer place, it has now become a place where we bring other Africans and torture them and beat them and then deny them almost all the legal rights that they are subjected to. Their lawyer, Vomawo.
Let's see your record.
Vomawo, their lawyer, Vomawo.
So Dr. Zato, in the story, she said she moved to the United States to escape a 1991-2002 civil war. Are we in a state of civil war?
That never happened.
No. You're making an attribution to a story.
Did you read the part where she said that when she came here that this is what happened to her
that is
in Ghana?
Account.
No, her account. But that's what I'm saying.
But have you verified from your own country?
I am reading from a verified news source, Reuters. That's all you do.
No.
In research or anything, you read or you verify from verifiable sources.
But we cannot sit here for Zato to be the gaslighting everybody here. This business of trying to play the evil. No. This is what I'm not happy here. That Zato will behave as though that he's being treated in a different way.
I'm just quoting a story. I shouldn't quote the story.
No, you can't have that.
No, sorry, I shouldn't quote the story.
All of you are shouting.
From Reuters. I'm making my presentation now. I'm not attacking
businessmen and women, everybody in the market.
I'm not attacking. I'm just quoting a story from Reuters, which is a credible international news media, talking about people who were repatriated in this country and they are.
Is your response to the question on Ken Ofori-Atta?
So what I'm saying is that the international disgrace that we are getting, these negative stories that we're getting about what is happening to our current diplomacy, it's not the Ghana that Kwame Nkrumah envisaged. It's not the Ghana that was a safe haven for Africans.
What international disgrace are we getting?
You have brought people here. You allowed the US to use Ghana as a dumping ground to bring people in. Those people, fundamental human rights are abused. That is what the story has said. In fact, there's another one in The Guardian. I can give you that one.
Abused by the Ghanaian authorities?
He said she had a bloody...
She said, but what about the Ghanaian authority?
Yes, but I'm telling you that those are stories. Those coming from verifiable international media organizations. So what I'm saying is that has happened.
And I'm saying that it's Ghana. You live here. You're a PhD holder. You lecture in a reputable Public University, the University of Ghana.
Yes.
Do you sense, not only as a politician, but also a political science lecturer, that Ghana is under a state of siege, which is coterminous or syncs with the scenario that has been painted in the story? To be
what I know is that there's a woman telling her story. There's a human telling what happened to her and saying it to an international verifiable journalist. TV3 is a verifiable journalist, a powerful media house. When I read a story from TV3 about a journalist of an interview, I can quote it. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about people who have been repatriated into the country.
She says she has been repatriated. You know, whatever we say on media is a reflection of the state of Ghana.
Yes.
And you and I have a sense.
Yes.
Please. I know you're a PhD holder. I'm just a mere journalist.
Thank you for always reminding everybody about it.
Now, importantly, whatever we reflect on television and then broadcast and publish is a reflection of the state of Ghana. And I'm saying that you live the state of Ghana. Are you saying that what has been described in the story creates a siege state, which is a reflection of what you are experiencing?
No, that's not what I'm experiencing, because I'm not in detention. But that is what she's experiencing.
And I'm saying, are you experiencing that as a Ghanaian?
I said no.
You go around station,
I said no. That's not what I'm experiencing.
So why are you espousing this?
So because I'm not experiencing, I shouldn't quote what she's experiencing. I shouldn't quote from international media.
Okay, is this your response to my Ken Ofori-Atta question?
Ask me your Ken Ofori-Atta. What's the question?
What's your observation so far? It's been adjourned.
Yes, it's been adjourned. Again, my observation is that Ken is a public servant. He deserves to come back to Ghana and face the laws of the country. I don't have if I had the power to go to the United States and bring him, I would do that. I don't have the power of the state. I cannot do that. He has his fundamental human rights. He's fighting for them. I would have chosen the other option of him coming to defend himself in the Ghanaian courts. That's my position.
All right. Okay. So Ken Ofori-Atta appeared. You saw him.
First of all, Ken Ofori-Atta has always been lying to the people of this country.
What do you mean by lies?
So I have in my hand there his letter that he wrote to the former chief of staff, Frema Opare. And listen to what he said to convince Frema before being allowed to leave the country. Request for approval to travel for medical checkup. Say greetings, as usual. He will greet us, even in budget. He greets us. Point 1. Trust this letter finds you well in high spirits. Once again, Bible. 2. This is to formally request your approval to travel to Rochester, Minnesota, USA for a medical checkup from 4 January. Check the date. Listen to the date. 4 January 2025 to 28 January 2025.
When was this written?
2nd January 2025. This is, you see, we have just decided to this. What? Check. Everything is there.
Okay. Why this?
So the man had deceived the authorities that he was just going away for only maximum 3 weeks. And that by the 28th of January 2025, he'll be back to town. This was what he told the authorities, only to find himself in the United States of America and begin the process of what? Altering his residential status to become a permanent person. Roland, let me tell you something. And for those I've heard, I don't know whether Frank Davis is his lawyer or not, because anytime I see any statement
Frank Davis representing.
I don't know whether he represents. We must be careful.
But Frank Davis is not here. Please,
yes.
Statement that
you see,
do not
Roland,
cast aspersions on it.
One day I will die. One day you will die.
Yes.
What Ken Ofori-Atta is doing, we must put it on record. Is he saying that now he doesn't want to come back to Ghana at all? If he does not want to come to Ghana at all, and the event that he dies like I will die, and they make any attempt to bring the corpse to this country, I will sue the corpse. That would mean that Ghana is only a country that wants corpse. It's not, here's not a cemetery. You understand? That come back to your country. You told the authorities that you were only going to spend 3 weeks. 3 weeks are turned into almost 2 years.
You say he's been sick. That's what you read.
The man, when you saw him yesterday, does it look like someone who is sick?
I don't understand.
So fit, he has even put on weight. So handsome. Even in the mask, he's handsome. Nobody is saying that you have committed any crime. Come back to your country and answer pertinent questions, because we know that our monies are missing. If it is not with you, come and help us to locate where the monies are. You say, Imbano, you won't come. All right. The cops will come. We live in this country. So clearly, what is happening is a very serious matter. But the judge raised certain fundamental issues with the response from the attorney, the U.S. attorney. On the matter of extradition, they are saying they don't have the document before them. The judge says he does not have the document before him to make any determination on that matter. Did you listen to the judge?
Yes.
So what that tells me is that the Attorney General must immediately, if they did it by DHL, or they must find out where the extradition application is. Now, those that are questioning why we are picketing at the U.S. Embassy must now begin to revise their nose. It's as a result of the indication that has been given to the U.S. Embassy. That is why the attorney could go to court without even the proof in his hand to tell the judge that, hey, the people have won. They have filed an extradition orders. This morning from here, I'm going to the United States of Ghana, Embassy in Ghana, to pick it, to drum into their ears that they cannot blow hot and cold. They cannot let the United States be a sanctuary for corrupt African officials.
How do you mean?
We are saying somebody has taken our resources. It's with you. Bring the person, you are saying no. We should go through process. The small boys, they have been coming for them here. Abu Trika and go. If we were also going to go through the same process with them, do you think we will allow anybody to go?
But we have a treaty with the U.S.
Yeah, so that treaty must also work. It's reciprocal. It's not subservient. We are a sovereign country. They are a sovereign country. We must respect ourselves. They must do what is needful. Either than that, the United States will not be respected by me, neither my offsprings, those that are dead, for they will be seen for who they are. That is a country that harbors politically, criminally minded personalities, maybe in female or male.
But you can't make that attribution now.
Which one?
The United States are bringing so-called criminal...
What we are saying is that someone is in court, 78 charges. The OSP has filed 78 charges against Ofori-Atta. The man is saying he's not coming. What does he tell you?
Now the case has been adjourned to April.
They don't intend to bring the man. April, they will move to June. December. By the time you realize about 10 years over there, then the status changes. And this is why the minority that held that press conference, that they have a problem with the U.S. banning the processing of immigrant visas. I don't understand it. Wouldn't you be happy that by this whole process, Ofori-Atta will be barred from processing his immigration status or changing his immigration status so that he is brought back to this country? In any case, we are not even sure whether if they decide to bring him back, because now we understand that he holds 3 different passports. If they do not bring Ofori-Atta back, one day when I become somebody in this country, hold a ministerial appointment, all that I will do is that I will loot from you and go and live in Togo and change my status and have a Togolese passport, and you people will struggle before you bring me to Ghana. Me, I won't go to your US, so only Togo here. After all, a few days I can smuggle, they come and look after my family. We cannot be treating ourselves like that. But the longer he stays in the United States, the better for the United Party. Because then it tells you the credibility with which the NPP works. I was thinking that they would be the first party to be wishing that he comes to clear his name. And by clearing his name, it will affect the party, for the party to look good in the eyes of the people. Now that almost anybody that has spoken on this matter that I have heard insists that if they were Ofori-Atta, they will prolong their stay in the United States. What he's telling me is that yes, you have looted, you have bought with our money, stay there, don't come, so that this country suffers. Is that what you want for this country? So you see, when we are doing politics, we also want to be superpower, as has been referred by Zato. We can only be a superpower country when we expend our resources judiciously. We have undertaken a lot of projects that have taken monies out of this country. When he saw the need that he had to deal with his prostate, he realized that there was a Mayo clinic. So if I'm suffering from prostate cancer, where would I go? Would I have the opportunity of going to Mayo when in fact you were the one controlling our resources? We cannot do that to ourselves. And this must be a lesson to all those in public service today, that the name of the game is service. I have never seen a servant that decide to loot the kingmakers. And that if you have any intention of looting from us, let what kind of Ofori-Atta situation has done be a guideline to you. And that the same measure, if it could be even higher measure, that will be used to checkmate you. We cannot let Kaya, the taxi drivers, the truck drivers, common teachers, and nurses who are struggling daily to pay their taxes to ensure that this country develops be shortened. Remember what Dr. Samuel Amakwe told your reporter. Was it Alfredo Kanse during the DDEP melee? The man said, look, he was suffering from a lung cancer or a kidney. He had a kidney problem.
Is it the 81-year-old?
81-year-old. Yesterday, I played back the video. I cheered that when the man was picketing in front of, what's the name, the Ministry of Finance, and begging that do not include us. You are killing us softly. When you finish killing me softly for me, you are killing us softly. Don't do that. That day, instead of even having the courtesy as a finance minister to go and see them, the man refused to see them, and I don't know the status of Dr.
But the OSP and the investigations over Ken Ofori-Atta, it's not because of the decisions that were taken on DDEP.
It's part of the DDEP, it's part of all chop, it's inside. Everything is inside.
No,
he should come. It's part of it.
We have to be rightful and lawful.
The PDS, the cathedral, the DDEP.
The DDEP is not part.
The chop. You mean it's all part? Then they are missing a very big investigation.
Okay, so I have George Alote. George Alote says that please tell Solomon to have patience for Ken Ofori-Atta and that they need you in Kenneth Japon's team.
Which one is that? Kenneth Japon that they say is what mad? That's what they are saying.
Who said?
Baumia people say he's mad. Then he also telling Baumia people. No, he has even moved further.
Is it
suffering from autism?
No, it's okay.
These people, they are insulting themselves, though.
It's okay. So I have Emmanuel. Emmanuel says that, Emmanuel, I see your okay. Okay, Emmanuel, I see. I cannot, some of the words, please, let's be decorous in the comments today. And then Mama War of the Asoglisi said the seat is hot today, Roland. Even you're feeling the seat.
No, it's cool.
How hot
everyone is okay. Everyone is okay. Everyone is okay.
And then Awudu Kalio says that there's fire in your studio today. I understand. Prince Daniel York says that based on what I observed yesterday, Ken Ofori-Atta's apparent efforts to avoid returning to Ghana for accountability, I believe he is not just protecting himself by shielding certain individuals, including some of his own family members. If he does return, the government should provide him with protection from those same family members and other people who might be called to testify in court. There are many unanswered questions, and successfully bringing him back to Ghana will expose a significant number of people. And, Philippine Godot, wishing you all the best for the day, says that, what's happening in your studio today? A lot of discussion ongoing, so to speak. Okay, and we have one more. So this one is coming from Kofi Sika, says that Dr. Zato and the MPP, what is nano-minority? Okay, minority know that if Ghanaians like Ken Ofori-Atta blatantly flout immigration rules, as is alleged to have done, the U.S. will not hesitate to impose visa restrictions on us. If parliamentary candidates allegedly stab their wives in the U.S., why wouldn't they impose visa restrictions on us? Is it Ablakwa who overstayed in the U.S. or stabbed his wife? Okay. I get your point that you want to attribute.
Who has stabbed the wife? Is he also from the MPP?
Hopeson Adoye. Hopeson Adoye, good morning.
They are PC
okay, I see your message as well. It's on Zato.
It's
been represented. And then and then I have Blueprints Esikado. Kitang says that why is Solomon Owusu always attacking the MPP panelists rather than dealing with the issues? I'm so disappointed in him this morning.
Is there any MPP panel member here? No. Let's say that. Is there any MPP panel member?
But Dr. Zato
but he has always said that
is well associated with it.
Today you have exposed that too.
You see, okay, so you see Kofi Kwatia Meninkuku, see. Okay, again, the messages are getting personal.
Oh,
but thank you, gentlemen.
We are fine here.